In this video, we're going to talk about some of the simpler fungi. So let's start with the phylum Glomeromycota. The fungi in this phylum form something called mycorrhizae. And more specifically, they form arbuscular mycorrhizae, which is also known as endomycorrhizae. And we'll talk more about the specifics of mycorrhizae in a different video. In general, mycorrhizae refers to a symbiotic relationship between fungi and plants. And symbiotic relationships can take a couple of different forms. And so more specifically, mycorrhizae is a mutualistic relationship, meaning that both the plant and the fungus benefit from this relationship. The plant actually provides the fungus with carbohydrates and energy, and that's because plants can do photosynthesis. And during photosynthesis, plants can take energy from the sun and store it in the chemical bonds of carbohydrates. The fungi benefit the plant by providing the plant with minerals from the soil. So remember that fungi are decomposers, also known as saprobes. And so they can take larger molecules and break them down into their smaller components. And then they share some of these components with the plant. This relationship is required for survival. If you were to remove the fungus from the plant, they would both die because they rely on each other to survive. 90% of vascular plants have this mutualistic mycorrhizae relationship with fungi. These fungi only reproduce asexually, and they have aseptate hyphae. And if you recall, aseptate hyphae means that the hyphae are made out of these kind of big cells that go through mitosis, but without cytokinesis. So the hyphae are made up of these big cells with multiple nuclei, whereas septate would mean that there would be a kind of a wall in between these nuclei. The simplest and most primitive of the fungi are those in the phylum Chytridiomycota, also known as the chytrids. Some chytrid fungi have chitin and cellulose in their cell walls. Remember that all fungi have chitin, but only the chytrids may have cellulose. Remember that cellulose is the same polysaccharide. Located in plant cell walls. Most chytrid fungi are unicellular, but some do form multicellular organisms with aseptate hyphae. Remember, aseptate means without septa, and that's what's being shown in this picture here. So you can see that this is one big cell with multiple nuclei, and that's because the cells have gone through mitosis without going through cytokinesis. The opposite of aseptate would be septate, which we see here. And septate refers to these divisions in between the cells. Chytrid fungi are the only ones that have flagella. Remember, the flagella just allows the gametes to swim around in their environment. Chytrid fungi can conduct sexual and asexual reproduction. They are mostly located in aquatic environments, although some can be found in terrestrial environments. Some chytrids are saprobes. Remember, saprobes are the decomposers. But some are parasitic, and parasitic means that it's going to harm another organism. Chytrids are especially dangerous to amphibians because it can infect the skin of the amphibian, and amphibians are able to do gas exchange, kind of like breathing across their skin. So when the chytrid infects the amphibian skin, it reduces gas exchange, which can kill the amphibian.